Good morning, guys. You already know what it is. It is 5:30 a.m. Monday, August 20th, and this is the first video for the $1,000 week. So, basically, I always start in the morning searching for or setting a destination for the airport.
Head south.
I just drive for Uber and Lyft, or I drive for Uber and Lyft, and I always just start with Uber. It's just what I do. Doesn't really matter. This is new. $180 guaranteed, but we're going for 1,000. That's $180 is nothing. So yeah, basically just to give a rundown, we've already got a surge. Go dang, Peachtree Corners, what's up? That's usually surging, but not 2.4. That's insane. But I mean, this is how it is. Monday mornings are where it is at. If you are sleeping on Monday morning, you are losing money. It's a great way to get started. Start strong and, possibly take off a slower day like Tuesday or Wednesday if you do well enough. What is going on? Okay. So basically the plan is we're going to get a ride straight to the airport or pretty much in the city. And then if we go to the airport, I'm either going to link up with another passenger, get a ride back into the city, and then just stay in the city until about 10 or 11. If I don't get linked up, what I'll do is I will drive up to East Point, Main Street. So basically what I do is I come over here in this area, in Virginia Ave almost, and there is, I can't find so I'll come over to Virginia Ave, I'll come up Main Street, past Arden's Garden, right there. Well, I can't show you
Head
now,
south.
but there is what am I trying to say? There's a Dollar Tree or Family Dollar right there. I will camp there, and it'll literally take me 5 to 10 minutes to get another ride. Okay, so here's a good example of something I'm going to cancel on. So, or hopefully Kate will cancel on. Or why I drive for both, so I don't have to cancel and I can just drive and let this person cancel on her own. This is a long trip for me to go pick somebody up. And there's no guarantee that she's going from there to the airport. And even if she is, that's going to be about $18, $19. It's definitely going to be less than the $24 that I get from driving from Roswell. So, let's see how Lyft is doing. So this is the thing with Lyft is there are like no surges going on right now, except for downtown. Boom, and there we go. That's what I'm waiting
Navigating to
on.
pick up
Right there.
Carlos at
So I'm
807
gonna go pour
Caliber
my
Creek
coffee,
Parkway.
pick this dude up, and we're going straight to the airport. And I'm just gonna let this person cancel. Yeah, that's usually what I do for Lyft too. Alright, so I'm going to pause the recording and keep you guys updated. Alright, bye.
Alright guys, so it is about 10:10. First ride was with Lyft. Let's go back into the history. So I know it says an hour and 46 minutes. That's just how long people have been in my car. That's really never a good way to judge how long you've been working. The best way, honestly, in my opinion, is just to go ahead and have your time set. So let's see. Okay, so yeah, that first one was pretty quick. I mean, I pretty much started recording at 5:30, and within 5 minutes, you can see I got my first airport ride, which is pretty good. $26, solid start, right at 5:30 a.m. And then, sorry, I was going to show you how long I was on with Lyft, just about. So my last ride was right about, the last one was at 9:50. So that's when it started. That's not when it ended. So yeah, the 10 minutes. So it was done at right about 10 o'clock. So about from 5:30 to 10, I've been driving, which is about 4.5 hours. So that's 53 from Lyft. And of course I drive for Uber too. And that's about $39 for Uber too. So 39 plus 53. So that's $92 in about 4.5 hours. 4.5. So that's $20 an hour. Not bad at all. That's about I would say average to, I guess, above average for a Monday morning. But guys, I'm telling you, Monday mornings, you cannot sleep on them. This is the best morning, in my opinion, maybe besides Sunday morning. But we'll see this week. I mean, every week is different, but Monday is almost always been good for me. It's never failed me except for maybe 1 or 2 weeks, which were, I don't know, holidays, I guess. Maybe if Christmas is on a Monday, then don't do it. Um, but yeah, so again, the $20 an hour, it's a good way to see if, things are going well, but it's not the most accurate. It's not the best way. We got to factor in depreciation, all of our expenses. Remember the expense per mile and the profit per mile. But I'm going to get into that at the end of the day. Today's goal is $150. And then once that's hit, I'm going to come back and calculate, the expenses for today. And then that way at the end of the week, you'll see it, how it all adds up and where all your money really goes. $1,000 a week sounds like a lot, but, a lot of that money is going towards gas, saving up for, maintenance things, which you should be doing about $100 a month is what I recommend. Things like that. So this, business is good in the short term and good for, people who just need an extra buck, but you just gotta, it's a business. It's your business. You gotta run it like it's your baby and make sure you're taking care of everything, properly. Basically, just have your numbers right. And then I am pretty close to home. I live right in this area. It's about 12 miles away. So, really, the only thing that brings me back home right now is my dog. I need to let him out. He's a husky and he needs to run and walk and all that good stuff. Other than that, I would probably stay out until 12. Probably get to 110, 120 bucks and then crank the rest out. But I'm at 92. That's pretty good. Just have to do about a little less than 60 this afternoon. So I'll probably start at 3:30, maybe 4 o'clock, and just drive until I hit that goal. All right, guys, so this concludes the morning part of Monday, and I will see you in the next part. Hey, guys, it's Will with the Lennox Driver again. It is almost 3:50 Monday again, so this is the second shift that I usually work Monday through Friday. So we were at $92. We did 38. I rounded it up to $39 for Uber and 53 for Lyft. All in about 4.5 hours, so definitely not bad. I already did the calculations. Now, for both of these, I am just going to go ahead and start it right outside. I actually went to the post office, which is right down the street from me. Also allowed me to cool down my car, which is important during the summer especially. I try and, cool off my car as much as I can because you really need to put yourself in the customer's shoes, the passenger's shoes. There's nothing worse than being outside, being hot, and then getting into a hot car, especially if you have leather. So be mindful of that. What was I going to say? Oh, so today has been fairly cool. It's been very cloudy, humid and muggy, but, the sun is not beating down upon us. It's not like 95 degrees. So really on days like this, you can take advantage of working throughout the entire day. One of the things that I like about this split shift is, I get the cool morning. I don't know about you guys, but I like operating when it's not super hot. And then, starting at 4, even at 5 o'clock, it's still going to be stupid hot outside, but you'll be in your car a little bit cooler, and as the day goes on, it'll cool off, and it'll just be a lot better than working from, 11 a.m. to 4 or 5 p.m. That's just a heat stroke waiting to happen. So I'm going to just leave this on until my first request comes in. It will probably come in with the first, I'd say 5, maybe 10 minutes. But that's definitely one thing you have to be mindful of in this business is there is a decent amount of waiting. Whether, you're in the city or you're way out in the perimeter. So we already got some surges going on. I don't think any of these are artificial, meaning that Uber has already cropped out these places to be surged. Usually they have like a little red outline. Looks like these are just organic, which is awesome. A thing about the surge is you never really want to chase the surge. Like, I'm all the way up here. I would never drive down to here just to catch this surge. One, all the other drivers in that area are probably going to do it, and the surge is going to definitely be gone by the time I get down there. And two, it's just a waste of mileage, what you call dead miles, when nobody's in your car and you're driving. Definitely is, enticing as that may be, that would take me at least 45 minutes, maybe an hour to get over there. That'll definitely be gone. So, stay put. Really, whatever shift you start out, you should always just try and get a ride right outside your door or wherever you live. It just makes things a lot easier. Now, I've said this before, like if you're way out in the boonies, like, let's see, where's Dallas, Georgia? Douglasville. There it is. So, like, I don't even know. I think it works in Dallas, Georgia. I've been over there once. So, like, Dallas, Georgia, if you're, like, out here or something, that's a good 40 miles outside the perimeter, which is a circle, what I would recommend you do is you wake up early in the morning like I do, 5:30, be ready by 5:30 or 6, and go ahead and set it up to where you're going towards the airport. I guarantee you somebody in that area will be going to the airport during that time. Now, some other things that will help you is, if you're in one of these cities that's way out in the boonies, is to look up a hotel, preferably a major one like a larger Marriott, as opposed to, you're just Holiday Inn Express. But really any, commercial hotel that's popular where people are going to stay for business or for family or events or what have you. And go ahead and just drive towards those hotels if they're like, within 5 miles, because people who are traveling are staying at hotels. If that doesn't work, you can go to, event center, but those almost always have hotels around them. And if that doesn't work, stick towards like the suburbs, basically where people will be when they're leaving for work. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be out of their houses. So go ahead and drive to those places in the morning. In the afternoon, it's kind of flip-flop. Monday through Friday, people at this time of day are getting ready to leave for work or might be leaving work early to go do who knows what. I've had plenty of airport rides at this time, but airport rides are way more common, at least for me, in the morning. Honestly, that's really it. Oh, I do want to show you guys something else. This other app that I am testing out. So there's this app called Roadie. And, whoa, look at all that. So basically, it's like a courier service. What that means is you basically go to random places and you can pick things up and get paid for it. So, okay, so obviously I would never do those two, the 922 miles, even if they paid, $1,000, 404 miles, because you're going to be stranded. Probably good for a trucker. But, so, this one might be, yeah, so that's ridiculous. 74 miles, $41. That's less than what you'd make with Uber and Lyft. Let's see if they're offering any bonuses. No. So the reason I'm bringing this up, I actually did a trip around 1 o'clock today. It was from a Home Depot, just like right down in here, up to exit 11. It was in that same complex. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jekyll Island, but it was in that same complex. And it was about an 8-mile trip, $9. Definitely solid in my book. I just need to calculate like the time it took. But really it was $9 to go 8 miles, and that is pretty solid in my book. Uber and Lyft never pay $1 per mile, unless there's like a good surge going on. And sometimes I've seen pickup down at the airport. Delta is using this app to, if people leave bags or luggage, whatever, at the airport, they'll use Roadie or different other apps to have drivers like you and me take it back in, and almost all the ones I've seen ready for pickup are somewhere in the city. So instead of waiting in that queue, what you can do is, you know, download this app and then go into, I guess, wherever they have the baggage ready for you, and then you can just go straight into the city without waiting in that god-awful line. I'm not going to recommend this app quite yet because I'm still digging into it, researching it, and like, I don't see the $9 on here yet. It says, you know, credits will be automatically applied next time you finish a job. I'm not too hot on that. I want, you know, money as fast as I can. But this is just like a good extra, you know, a couple bucks depending on like, because like, could you imagine if you were in this area and it's like 8 o'clock at night and you're just desperate to go home, and you're just sitting there waiting with your destination filter, and you know you're over there and you want to go down to, even like down to Forest Park, and then this pops up and you're like, oh well, for an extra couple miles I can make, you know, $34. Look at this is what I would do. So you got, you know, let's say that's 40 miles, so they're gonna pay you 34, and then if your delivery goes well they'll pay you an extra 10. So for 44 bucks you can easily take a package to where you're going. So, you know, do your own research on this. If you want to download it before I come out with a review, which will probably be, I would say the end of this week, probably next week. But yeah, it's just like an extra option. Maybe $200 in your pocket, you know, without having passengers in your car. There we go. All that good stuff. Okay, so this was like exactly 10 minutes, and this person is right outside where I am, which is awesome. This is a pool. Normally I wouldn't take this, but since they are so close, I will pick them up. But I really wouldn't do that under any other circumstances. Okay, so basically this video is almost done. I'm going to come back tonight and just calculate the hours, the amount earned, and the cost per mile driven, so that you guys can get a full look at what this business is about. Okay, cool. I'll see you guys later.
Hey guys, so we're back with the final numbers for Monday. It is almost 8:50 right now, and I finished driving at about 8. Let me pull up my last ride. So it was about 75 split even between Uber and Lyft, which is interesting because honestly it probably would have been more like 60-40 in the favor of Uber, because I mean, over a third, why is this not updating? Over a third of the earnings were from that one airport trip. So let's see. Trips. Okay, so my last trip was about 7:40. Took about 20 minutes, so 7:50 right on the dot. Started at 4, so we can go ahead and round that up to 4 hours. So today was about 8.5 hours of driving time total. That includes, you know, leaving from my place to go pick up the first person, to dropping off the last person and going home, which really isn't that bad. And this is proof right here that you can make $150 in a day. But keep in mind, this is all revenue. We've got to factor in our expenses. So we have 150, but what did we really make? So remember, the best way to calculate all this is by mileage. So I started at 151,724 miles, and I ended at 151,952 miles for a total of 228 miles, which is a lot in one day. I also subtracted about 16 miles because I did go on a roadie trip to test that app out. It was about 8 miles there and 8 miles back, so total of 16. So the grand total of Uber Lyft miles is about 212. So if you remember from my previous video, I already mapped out my expenses, the Uber X rate, and
obviously the rate after expenses are taken out. So my expenses are 17 cents per mile, which isn't like super high, but it's definitely on the higher end. I would say the average is probably about 10 to 12 cents per mile. Even lower than that if you're driving a Prius or obviously not driving full time. Um, and so basically, I spent $36 to earn $150. Now, if we didn't have that rate, if we didn't have any expenses, we had the Uber rate of 0.74 cents per mile. Times 212, we would have made $156. But we got to subtract the expenses, obviously. And so after 8.5 hours, after all is said and done, $120 is going straight into our pocket. So really not too bad for, 8.5 hours of work, sitting down, making the best of it, positive attitude, talking to all kinds of different people, trying to pretend traffic isn't that bad. So in that aspect, it's, you really can't complain about this job. And if you do, you can quit very easily. But, $120 in your pocket, that's after just the operating costs of this business. You also have to factor in, your living expenses, your rent, your groceries, if you have kids, how much all that stuff costs. And that really digs into these profits. So, really, really make sure you're keeping track of these numbers. I'm going to be doing this every day for you guys. Just so you can see the whole process of what it takes to make $1,000 in a week and how much goes into your pocket. Based on today, if it's, $36 a day, so it's going to be $252 in expenses. So it's going to be roughly $750 in our pocket after expenses. Now, I will also say Monday is the second or third heaviest day. What does that mean? So my goals for each day are monetary. They're not really time-wise. They're not really mileage-wise. So Monday, $150. Have to meet that goal no matter what. Got to start the week strong. Tuesday and Wednesday, they're just automatically slower days. Not much is going on unless there's an event. So I'm going to try and do 110, but the minimum is $100 on both of those days. So Thursday, I'll be coming in at 350. And Thursday, I'm going to really try and do 150. Thursday is my hardest day. I don't know why. Thursdays just don't like me. Even though Thursday nights are usually pretty popular, you just have to be in the right spots like Buckhead, Alpharetta, pre-dinner and post-dinner. So a lot of people will go out around 5:30 to dinner and then get picked up around 7:30, 8, even 9. And then Friday and Saturday, those are the heaviest days, but they're kind of easy because they're just busy all day. So I'll try and do $200 on Friday and Saturday. And then Sunday, I kind of like to wind down, but Sunday is also a very powerful day. I can usually crank out about $70, $75 in 4 hours in the morning shift. So, with the 150, 100, 100, 150, 200, 200, that's $900. That only leaves $100 to make on Sunday. But I might go heavier on Sunday and, kind of go lax on Friday and Saturday or maybe Thursday. Just because like $200 takes a lot out of you. That is a 10-hour day easily. Easily. Even with all the surges and stuff. So, but you guys will get to see all that firsthand. But anyway, I hope you guys get some value from this video. I don't know any other, channels that will actually show you this by earning and per day and like break it down like this. But, this business is not for everybody, but it can help a lot of people if you're mindful. And I mean, this is your business. This is what you've got to do. This isn't just like hop in your car and drive. There's a lot to it. All right, so I'm going to edit this video now and hopefully get it up tonight so that each video is posted the day of. And that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.